everyone, welcome to Mr. U's Reviews. Today I'm reviewing Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. This film follows real-life mob hitman Frank Sharon and his involvement with the Buffalino family mafia, as well as Teamsters Union leader and politician Jimmy Hoffa before he disappeared. Now we have to begin by talking about the magnificent cast in this film, especially Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci. Let's begin with Robert De Niro, who expresses so much emotion through his facial expressions in this film that he doesn't even need to say any words. There are multiple instances where he's just looking at someone and you know how he's feeling, what he's thinking, and just all the emotions going through him, since the mafia is a dirty business. And he was extraordinary in this film. And Al Pacino, who plays Jimmy Hoffa, who was a politician and the Teamsters Union leader at one point. And there are multiple times where he needs to kind of over-exaggerate his voice since he's trying to persuade people and keep his power in the union. And he fit the role really well. He was extraordinary as well. And Joe Pesci, who this is a role that is very much different from his other roles he's done in the past, like Goodfellas, another Scorsese film. In Goodfellas, he's energetic and crazy and even like really psychotic. But here, he is quiet, he is powerful, and he is respected by everyone around him. And he was truly amazing in this film. Everything with his line delivery just adds to the impact, in addition to the other two actors, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. Really amazing work by all three of those actors, and they really give the best performances in the last few years of their career. And in addition, there's Ray Romano, who was a delight to see as Bill Buffalino, and that's a lawyer. And he was just a delight to see. And Harvey Keitel in a small role as Angelo Bruno, and he just adds to the impact created by this really truly magnificent cast. And of course, let's talk about the directing by Martin Scorsese. And you expect nothing less than a masterpiece from Martin Scorsese. He's a top-notch director, and he's done it again. Another masterpiece here. Was I surprised? Not one bit. This film is directed really well. Fantastic direction by Scorsese. Everything with the camera movement works so well, and the cinematography is also very well done. The shots are really nice to look at, all the kind of dark brown red colors. It just fits the dark theme of the film, and the shots are just framed perfectly. Everything about just the look of the film is perfect in my opinion. Really well done from Scorsese and the cinematography here. In addition, the screenplay by Steven Zaillian is phenomenal, especially with the writing of the characters and their relationships with one another. Frank Sharon, played by Robert De Niro, and Russell Buffalino, played by Joe Pesci, have a great friendship. That's like the oldest friendship in the film. They are the first characters you really see. And it's a friendship of respect, really, because Russell Buffalino, or Russ in the film, is more higher up in the mafia than Frank Sharon. So Sharon still needs to respect Buffalino, but they both kind of have each other's backs as well. and that was really cool to see. But really the most deep friendship was between Frank Sharon and Jimmy Hoffa. That's the friendship that really just impacts, it leaves an impact on the viewer as the film concludes because of multiple things that happen. And Sharon, one big thing that really just enthralled me in the film was how Sharon was kind of between these two friendships. One that he really needs to respect, or, you know, it's the mafia, he could get hurt, or one that is much more deep and is really a true friendship. And that has to do with the amazing screenplay that was just phenomenal. Continuing, the song choices in this film worked very well, especially with the 1960s, 1970s time period. And this film takes place over many years, and even though it might not be that time period anymore, it still shows up to show kind of where the film began from. And that was really just cool to listen to, as the music kind of worked with the Italian vibe of the film and the mafia vibe. And the original score kind of sounds like a western even, but that worked as well and kind of improved that vibe as well. It was just really great music in this film, and adds to really the impact and the feeling with the film, in addition to just how the film looks and feels. Really well done. I'd like to mention one thing though, and people who I've talked to agree with me on this, and that's with Peggy Sharon, one of Frank Sharon's multiple daughters. And the film really focuses on Peggy as a child, and it shows you how she understands what her father is working with, who her father is working with, and what her father is capable of. So you expect to see, as she ages, maybe being part of the mafia or Jimmy Hoffa's union in some sort of way, something to kind of call back to that beginning scenes where you see Peggy a lot. But the film does nothing with that, and it feels like it would have been better if they did kind of bring Peggy into either the union, the Teamsters union, or maybe even the mafia. I don't know, it's more of kind of my expectations, so it doesn't really hurt the film for me, but I think that would have made the film really even better than it already was. Overall, The Irishman was an epic masterpiece by the one and only Martin Scorsese. Just the magnificent acting, the extraordinary directing and screenplay, and characters and the relationships between the characters really add an impact to this film. And just the music and score just really keep that amazing vibe going. This film just works really well, and I recommend it to everyone. And if you have a Netflix subscription, you can watch it right now. It's on Netflix. As I say again, this film was an extraordinary masterpiece. I give The Irishman an A+. And as always, don't forget your popcorn. Until next time, from Mr. U to you, stay tuned.